All right, let's talk about self-assessment. Self-assessment is actually extremely important to include in your class. A very common instrument in the MAT-SOL program at San Bernardino is the KWL chart. So K means know, and W stands for want to know, and L represents learned. All right? So, as this said, before you begin your research, list details in the first 2 columns, and then when you've completed your research, you fill in the last column. Okay? So that's a way that they self-assess themselves. You can also let them choose a checklist, like you give them a list of things that you think you have taught them, and they can just mark off on the checklist what they have actually learned or not learned. Okay. Also, you can do a simplified Bloom's taxonomy chart where they mark columns. Maybe this is actually a pre and post. I use this for a pre and post assessment. So one column is I do not know what this is. Another is I can do this with help. And the X was those instructions weren't good, so ignore that. X was the first time, the pre-assessment part. I can do this with help, so there's a lot of X's there. I can do this on my own. That was the post-assessment part, so you can see more circles there. I can teach this to someone else. So this person, I never did a good job of getting this person to that level of Bloom's where they could teach it to someone else. This is an example of a pre and a post assessment where you break down the skills that are involved and give them this type of an assessment. Okay, so it's not just the thing about the pre and post assessment here is that it really is easy for the students then to see their improvement. So even if they didn't make it all the way to this final column, if they can go, wow, look at all these circles, as opposed to where my X's were, they feel like they've improved. So it's actually a really feel-good moment for the students. Also, I have used e-logs, and this is back before blogs were developed. So e-logs were email logs or email journals. In the e-log, which was an email to me at the end of each class, they had to send me an email, and learners had to describe the project they worked on that day, how much work they completed, what English skills they learned, and what their feelings were about what they did, whether it was useful to them or not. So this is one example. Dear Ms. Marcy, today I learned how to write a good essay. And this person didn't just do my class. She talked about the whole day. But this was her first e-log. Ms. Johnson taught us some steps, then in listening and speaking class. And then in the afternoon we had a computer class. I learned some vocabulary about computer, for example, highlight, cursor, font. I hope I can many new information from this class. Okay. A few weeks later, from the same person, today I learned how to find the information from UCLA. So now I gave her feedback. I don't want your e-log to be about your whole day. I just want it about my class. And then she described what she learned. I learned how to hold the mouse and press the right side to save this file. We insert picture from file. So they are retelling me, right, the skills that they learned. So it helps them. It's just another way to communicate that to them. In the end, it says, it will be convenient. Therefore, I hope I can learn more about different information about computer in the future. Okay. So this is just one example, or I've shown you about 3 examples of self-assessment, but there are lots of other possibilities.